Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your November 2019 mid-month general readings. Thanks for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers and first-timers, and welcome back to followers and subscribers. Thanks as always for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, support, feedback, and comments. They are most appreciated. I am coming to you once again from my bare walls here in Poland. But the next time you see me, I will be back in California. I will be posting these later tonight and then flying back out to the States tomorrow. So you'll see me back in my other home base, at least for a little while. So thanks for joining us here today, everyone. This reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius for the last half of November. Make sure to check your other signs, rising sign, moon sign, Venus sign, for additional clarification, unless you're cross-watching for a Sagittarius, in which case this video is for you as well, cross-watchers out there. If any of you are interested in reaching out for a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the description link below for more information and contact details. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. That link is also provided. And lastly, as many of you know, general readings always resonate a little differently for everyone watching. But if this resonates, regardless of what area of your life this reading may resonate for, the details and specifics may vary, but the energy, the fundamental energy and advice always remains the same. All right, let's move right into this. Sagittarius, let's see what the last half of November has in store for you. I am using the Gilded Tarot by artist Ciro Marchetti. I just love the colors. All right, Sagittarius, we begin with the Tower. A shake-up of some kind, clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Three of Pentacles, followed by Strength. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy for the last half of November is the Nine of Wands. So whatever it is, this life-changing event or game changer, which is what the Tower represents, it usually represents something unexpected coming in and breaking something down or changing something fundamentally that you thought was solid, stable, secure, was going to continue for some time. I know a lot of people are in fear of this card. It often does represent unexpected and sometimes unwelcome change, but it's a major arcana card, so it represents that whatever the change is, even if it may be viewed as challenging at the time, it's meant to be. But sometimes it can also represent a game-changing event, like, you know, winning the lottery or something like that as well. Something, and I don't actually get the sense or the feeling, Sagittarius, that this Tower is like a really really negative thing, or viewed like negatively, like, you know, if you found out somebody, you know, your mate was cheating on you, or I don't feel like it's anything like that. I feel like it's just something unexpected that has come in, which has the potential for kind of changing a lot in your life, and it's leading you, as clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, leading you to kind of reflect and take stock on what you have and try to make decisions moving forward based on that, because the Seven of Pentacles is a card of reflection, assessment, taking stock of the harvest you have so far, and making, you know, it's a card of taking inventory, basically. So whatever this is that comes in, it makes you reflect on everything that the work that you've put into this harvest, whatever it is, your life so far, the things that you have in your life. And Pentacles also is governed by the element of Earth. That's the element which rules this. Pentacles is often, you know, it's often, actually, Pentacles is about what makes the things in our life that makes us feel stable, solid, secure, particularly in the physical structure of our life, which is often why it references things like money, finance, property, real estate, assets, home, job, etc. So this is a card of taking inventory of what you have in your life. It could be the physical things you have in your life, or the effort you've put into everything, the structure of your life as it stands. So something has come in to kind of shake that up and make you kind of reflect on that. And because the overall energy for the last half of November is the Nine of Wands, this is a card that also represents that you may be feeling a bit discouraged, wondering how to get through whatever this is, how to deal with it. Tens do represent cycles ending or something coming to a culmination or fulfillment period where you move on to something else or it transforms into a different aspect of this. So the Nine of Wands represents that while you may not see a way through this at this time and may be feeling a bit discouraged, you're very, very close to a certain cycle of your life ending. And then we have the Three of Pentacles and Strength. The Three of Pentacles is about working together with other people to achieve a common cause or common goal, compromise and negotiation. And there are some inherent fears it looks like you have about doing this. It could be that whatever this Tower card is, and we'll pull a clarifier, maybe it's about a potential change that you don't want and you're afraid to kind of go in and try and compromise and negotiate doing it a different way. It could be that this promotes a physical change in your life and you have to tell other people about it, which you have some inherent fears about. But strength is usually about moving through those fears and walking through those fears, which takes strength, courage, wisdom. It's also what we gain more of by going through this process. So let's pull a clarifying card for what this Tower is. Whoa, you had one jump. Cards jumping. You had one card jump right out, right away. Ah, the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is what's clarifying the Tower. Aces stand for the number one. So they represent new beginnings, opportunities for change, a tangible, practical new beginning because it's the Ace of Pentacles, or the opportunity for something which is to walk a new path, to start something new that's going to have an actual tangible effect in your day-to-day life. So the Ace of Pentacles can be moving, relocating, starting a new job, all of the above. Moving and relocating in order to start a new job can sometimes also represent receiving perhaps some money or resources that enable you to have a practical new beginning. Now, because this is what clarifies the Tower, it's a strong implication that this is something you weren't expecting. And, you know, it's a general reading. General readings can be very tricky. This is going to mean different things to different people. The Ace of Pentacles can represent, I mean, perhaps you were planning on a new job, hoping for a new job, had interviewed for it, were pretty sure you'd get it, and out of nowhere you didn't get it, and it's causing you to kind of reflect on what you're doing, you know, or a promotion or moving somewhere new or something like that. And you're wondering, you have some, and you need to go and talk to people, but you're having some understandably fears about that. It could be that something has occurred which means that you're going to move and relocate, and you're kind of, or it gives you the potential to move and relocate, and you have some fears, some inherent fears about talking to the people in your life around you, family, talking to perhaps any higher ups which have kind of dropped this Tower in your lap. For instance, you know, maybe a boss or, you know, somebody over you saying, okay, we need you to move to etc. And now you have to go about kind of looking at moving, relocating, restructuring your entire life, telling the people around you, perhaps telling family, and you just don't know how to do it. For some of you, it might be that you don't necessarily have that much of a choice in this. For example, if you're in the military and you're suddenly found out that you're being deployed somewhere, or your loved one is being deployed somewhere. I mean, this could be somebody close to you or your loved one as well. And, you know, but it looks like there is this fear with the Three of Pentacles and Strength about working with a group of people. So I mean, this could be like the personal people in your life, your friends, you know, your family, your wife, husband, kids, etc. Hey, we're going to have to move and relocate and kind of build our lives again somewhere new. It could be that you have, you know, higher ups that have said this is what needs to happen and this is what's going to happen, and you want to go in and talk to them about it, maybe figure out a different way to do it or turn it down, and there's some fears about that as well. Let's see what, and you right now it looks like, because of the Nine of Wands energy, you can't quite see the path through it just yet. So I just don't feel, Sagittarius, like this Tower card is, I mean, it obviously looks like it has some challenges, but I don't feel like it's a catastrophe being dropped in your lap, per se. It's just a sudden change. But also the Ace of Pentacles representing this Tower is a very positive thing, because the Ace of Pentacles represents a new start, a new project that actually has the promise and potential to work out to be something quite good for you, particularly if it's in a if it falls under the financial material umbrella as well. So let's ask for some advice. What is the best way for Sagittarius to navigate through this for the last half of November? Because we're looking at a relatively short period of time here. The Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is a card of temporary retreat from a source of conflict or angst. Swords is air energy, and in the tarot this represents everything that goes on in our heads, our thoughts, words, ideas, belief systems, ideologies, perspectives, perceptions, and how we communicate those to the outside world and people, truth, education, higher learning, etc. But this is a card of taking a temporary, and I say temporary because this soldier has removed his helmet, his hand gauntlets, but he's still girded for battle, for the challenge, even though he's taken a step back from it. His own sword is lying close to his hand should he need it, but for the time being he's taking a step back. Why? To rest, to recover, to maybe create a little bit of distance and not do anything just yet, not make any decisions, not really maybe talk to too many people, except, you know, if you have a trusted advisor or a friend that you could get, you know, some feedback from. Because when we're in the midst of feeling kind of tired and overwhelmed and discouraged and I don't know how to do this, it's a good idea, if possible, if at all possible, to kind of withdraw and take a step back, because sometimes doing that can give us a different perspective on the situation, and perhaps see some other aspects of it which we can't see when we're right in the middle of it, you know, about rest and recuperation as well, and getting some insight and some guidance as well during this time. So Spirit is asking you, at least for this last half of November, to not really act, to kind of take a step back from it, and kind of reflect, which you already are doing. Reflect, consider taking stock, looking at kind of the pros and cons and all the potential effects this has, but not to actually act on anything yet. And also the Four of Swords implies that while taking stock and kind of reflecting on this is good, to also, I mean, this is a card of kind of not being actively involved in it, so keep that in mind as well. So Sagittarius, that is your reading for the last half of November. I hope you found it helpful. If this reading resonated for you, if any of the readings do, and you'd like to reach out for a more personal one-on-one reading, please just click on the description link below for more info and contact details. Email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the December 2019 general readings. And until then, as always, I wish you much joy, love, and blessings during this time. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.